It's designed to help people find their lost pets. If a person has a lost pet, they can use the app to report the type of pet, location lost, a general description, and a picture of the animal. And people who have found pets can do the same thing. Users can also display contact information or use a built-in direct messaging platform to get in contact with other users if they see their pet that was lost or anything like that. Users have the ability to view all lost pets or found pets based on certain filters like location and breed. They can also view a map that shows the location of lost pets. Users can search for pets based on certain filters. Also, if a person sees an animal but is not able to rescue it, they can quickly log a sighting of the animal for users to see. Rescue agencies and pounds can also report found animals. The target audience is anyone who has lost or found a pet. Competitive analysis. Most apps that help find lost pets are used for other things as well. The ASPCA has an app. It has a lost found element, but it also is used to promote their cause. It also talks about adoption, and they use it to take donations. But Lost Pet Finder would be used strictly as a lost found pet finder and would be known for just that. Finding Rover is an app that uses facial recognition to find lost dogs but not other pets. Lost Pet Finder gives users the ability to report any type of lost or found pet. Other apps like Pet Tracker require you to have a tracking device on your pet. Lost Pet Finder is not based on tracking devices. So that's all I have so far.
Are you guys on time?
Somehow I don't know how, but
What do you guys think? And Kate, this is a perfect start for what I'm asking you to do. So this is I'm glad you presented because I think this is a good example for everybody. Does anybody have any comments about her idea?
why doesn't it have a feature for RFID?
Kate, can you hear the question?
I didn't know.
Brian wants to know why it doesn't have like a RFID tracking element to it.
Well, usually, I guess people who have trackers on their animals would have like some way of finding where it is, and they wouldn't really have a need for this app. This is just basically for people to like log lost or found pets in their location. I guess I could add that element to it as well, though.
Do you think adding that element might get more downloads because people who might have RFID chips might be part of the market that's all about pets, so they might get the app anyway because their neighbors have pets.
Yeah.
Even if they have tracking devices in their own pets.
Okay.
I don't know if that's necessary. Hey, Zach, could you do me a favor and just click on Kate so it's not flashing around to everybody else?
Yeah, sure.
What might be interesting is a lot of you guys did a great job in the previous project about when you had some statistics explaining why your idea was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to find a statistic that says 50% of all pet owners do not have any type of tracking device on their animal. This app is specifically for, I don't think you need to try to be everything for everyone if you can present some good rationale behind it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's people that definitely against that.
Right. Can you hear what Brian is saying?
I didn't hear him.
He said he thinks that there are people that are probably definitely against RFID tagging their pets.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that. I'm not a dog person, so I don't know.
Also, I tried to come up with like a clever name for it, but then the more I thought about it, the more I thought that just like a simple, very like obvious name would be better because people are going to search for Lost Pet Finder, and this would probably be like the first thing that popped up.
Right.
It's keyword based.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I've done that before when I've been trying to, like, for example, different URLs that I've bought. I bought specifically because the keywords were in the URL that I wanted people to search for.
Yeah.
So that having that be the app name is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you build this out, the next step in the competitive analysis, and I need to give you guys some examples. I haven't done that yet. So I'll present an example for you. But the next part of the competitive analysis would actually be taking some screenshots and showing these apps that you're talking about and listing the pros and cons. You're going to get a lot of ideas based on what you see that they do.
Oh, that's in the textbook early on for this class.
It is?
Yes.
Well, that's great. That was smart of me.
Chapter 3 or 4, maybe.
Okay, good. Good for me. Okay, I just want to make sure when we look at the, I'm going to go back to World Classroom and look at the assignments and make sure that that is what I say.
Should I stop screen sharing now?
Well, I have these
Sure,
assignments
unless you have a question, Kate.
I don't think so. I just need to
I got it.
continue working on it, I guess. Do my flow chart and all that.
So it says competitive analysis. Why is this app unique and different from the other apps out there? And you've already addressed that question. Incorporate screenshots and descriptions of at least 3 similar apps that already exist. Using your research on these competitor apps, explain how your proposed app is different. I didn't say this here in the description, but one way of doing it that I think is really clean is just to look at the apps and list some of the pros and cons. There may be some qualities that you think are really, really great. Oh, sorry, I should be sharing my screen to be able to. Let me just show you guys this. So here I'm pulling up World Classroom. You've done the objective and the target audience, and you may want to, in your target audience, this may be where you address specifically the type of pet owners that this app is for.
Okay.
And that's where you might want to throw in a statistic about, I'm just guessing that a lot of people don't have their pets tagged, but if you could find a percentage, a very high percentage, in the number of pets in the United States and how many people have them RFID tagged, that would help with your target audience. And that might even be part of your competitive analysis and justification. But okay. This is where you are with the screenshots. And you don't need to do tons of screenshots. The only ones being the most relevant or help illustrate the point that you're trying to make.
Okay.
You may find some things totally confusing or totally problematic or really great. Use those screenshots and list a few pros and cons. Play with them, download them. You'll have plenty to say. But I promise you, after you go through this process, you will have some really clear ideas about how you want your app to work.
Okay.
And then with the description of the look and feel, you may talk about the branding. You should have, did I not put that in there? You should have some type of icon that for your app icon. What is, the little button that you would press to get to I'd like you to design that as well, but I don't have that in here.
Okay.
So talk about the look and the feel, the colors that you're going to use, and then the flow chart. What are the different sections? It's going to be a little bit different from a flow chart of a website because it's going to be more like functional areas as opposed to like pages. And then mock up some wireframes for all the screens that'll be used to complete 3 different tasks. So in your case, I would imagine one of your tasks would be list the pet that you just found on the street. That might be one of the tasks. Another task would be like search for your specific lost pet. And maybe you might want to search for a pet that people want to get rid of, or finding a home. You're looking to rescue a pet from someone that's found one that's unwanted.
Okay.
So you have to come up with 3 different user scenarios and draw up the wireframes. Now, some of those wireframes are going to be the same in different user scenarios. For example, everybody's going to start by going to the home screen, and then the paths will differ from there.
Okay.
So these will just be line drawings of what those screens will look like. And then you pick one of those scenarios and you design it. You add the color, you add the type, but that's all based on one of the series of wireframes that you've mocked up. So you just add color and design to it. And then the interactive click-through, we haven't really talked about that much. I'm suggesting using Adobe Muse, but we can talk more about it in the next week or two as you guys get a little farther with this. I don't want it to be complicated. Basically, I just want you to create a hotspot on each of your final renderings so someone could actually pull it up and click on different parts to get to the different screens. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
It's like an invisible button
Okay.
that you would.
I've never used Adobe Muse, but I'm assuming.
Yeah. Neither have I, Kate. So I'll have to give you guys some more instruction on this. I do not want this to be a complicated task, and maybe I'll look at this a little bit more, and I might have to put together a more. I'll do it myself and show you guys how to do it. So it'll be really directed towards exactly what I want you to do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. Brittany, did you have stuff to present?
Yeah, I don't have much, but I have a little bit, so.
Okay, I'm going to click over to you.
Okay.
And we just have Brian and Zach here. And Brian, we had some technical difficulties on Friday morning. So Brian might go back and show his project too. And I'm not sure what Zach is going to do.
What do you got up your sleeve, Zach? My arm? Oh.
Okay, Brittany, we're giving you your attention.
A dating app called.
Okay, like I said, I don't have much. This is just something that I still have to develop it. But anyway, the app would be called Random Recipes, and the purpose of it is to turn a few ingredients someone has in their kitchen into an easy recipe. The target audience for this app will be young adults ages 18 to 35. This app can be for students or busy professionals. Description, enter the core ingredients that you have. In turn, the app would then display all the recipes in its directory containing these ingredients. And I didn't do much research for competitive analysis. I know there is an app called Yumly. It's a website too, so this is it. But I don't think this is really for like really simple and like recipes. I mean, this is like quick and easy, but I don't know. I think mine would be more for someone like busy and on the go and doesn't have much to cook with. So anyway, that's what I have so far. So it's not much.
This is really funny because when I was in grad school, I proposed an app like this as one of my projects in grad school. It was like a reverse cookbook. And Kate, you will appreciate this. I was inspired by Alex in New Mexico because she would never, she'd have this just random stuff in her refrigerator, and the store was so far away that it was like, okay, well, we would talk about dinner, and she's like, well, we can make egg rolls. I've got some egg roll wrappers. And I'm like, that is so random. How did you come up with that? But she had this philosophy of like, you would make something based on whatever you found in your refrigerator.
I like that philosophy. Egg rolls are delicious.
It was just, she was just, and I'd be like, well, no, I get an idea. I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to go to the store and buy the ingredients. But when you live, 30 minutes from the store, you have to think in a reverse type of a way.
We make dumplings out of flour and broth, and they may not have any wine.
Exactly. So I think the idea, I'm all behind this idea. So I think that narrowing your target is a good idea. And you may think about your target audience being people who are in rural communities who need to think creatively about the ingredients they have currently on hand.
Okay.
That might be a good part of your target audience. And I would just hone in more on who exactly your app is for. There are tons of recipe apps out there. So you're going to want to make yours as specific and different. and I was thinking about other tasks. If the recipes are found by this whole reverse process of saying only these ingredients or using these ingredients and maybe one or two other things, or it seems like you should have options to do that. And then if you've made some really good things from the app, you might want to be able to save them or share them.
Right. Okay.
So there may be that kind of component too. I'm not sure. You probably get ideas once you look at other recipe apps.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I think actually Yumily does that. Like you can save recipes that you look up and that. So.
Yeah, could people submit recipes?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like for my app or for Yumily?
Yeah. They have like a community of unique recipe makers. Like how many people can do something with flour?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that yeah, I could do that because I think, well, for like for this app, like it takes you to people, like a lot of them takes you to people's like blogs and like cook blogs. So I guess do something like that.
But it doesn't have, these apps don't have to be everything for everyone. You know, like with Kate's example,
Mm-hmm.
you can hone in on this is for the cook that wants to use some of the random stuff in their cabinets and in their freezer.
Okay.
In my head, I was going to make veggie lasagna. I'm just telling you, this is personal. But I have no lasagna noodles and I have no artichoke. So I was going to go to the store and get those so I can make this veggie lasagna. However, I probably have like a million things in my freezer. I went to the store over the weekend. I went to the store last night. I've got tons of food in my house, but my brain is fixated on this veggie lasagna. If I had your app, Brittany, I would be in.
Yeah.
I might be inspired to make something else.
Something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have that similar issue. Like one time I had nothing in my apartment really, so I just made like toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is actually pretty good, but it's random, yeah. But okay.
Well, keep going. You know what you need to do next, don't
Okay.
you?
And I have to go to work, so is it okay if I?
Yes, take off. I'm going to put Brian on next. Brian's going to present as Zachary. Brian,
Zach, do you have?
or Zach, do you have?
Okay. Thank you.
No.
This is a great start, you guys. This is exactly what I want you to do.
Bye.
Bye.
No, I don't. No? Okay. Because we can still talk about it.
A dating app for embroiderers.
I don't know if that's going to fly.
I think that.
It's going to be called Knitter.
I don't think that'll fly because most of your embroiderers are middle-aged Southern ladies.
I want you guys to see this cat right now.
Yeah.
Can you see her?
No. You're rocking the cat.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see the
Funny.
cat. Let me see the cat.
Wait, you can see her up here.
No, he's blocking it.
Kate, show your cat.
Yeah, sorry, Kate.
Meow. Yay.
Aww.
So
Jersey. There she is.
Aww.
Oh, now she's licking. Well, she's got this flea collar on and she doesn't like it.
Cats.
Torturing that poor cat with a flea collar. Oh.
I think the fleas would be more torture, though.
Absolutely.
All right, Zach. All right. So let me pull up Zach. But this is really Brian. Are you guys liking the, oh, that looks so much better.
Okay, I got the benefit of sticky notes from Julie on Friday afternoon for my final crit. So I changed copy. I combined copy. As
I
you
can't
can read.
see it. Is he?
Oh, are you just shared to
I'm
the
not
screen?
shared.
He's not.
There's the button.
Second girl. We lost. Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
she had to go to work.
Can you see now, Kate? Okay.
Can you
Yep.
see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my final copy for first page. Go ahead, Zach.
Your next project could be designing the app for this.
Well, that remains to be seen because I've already started and I think there's probably too much double dipping. I would probably make something fresh.
I have a couple of ideas of apps that I want to make.
Okay.
If anybody wants to take my idea to mock it up.
Sure.
Okay, so some of the qualifiers were changed about what the software did in the statement, and I separated what the app hands-on art seeks to do. That's the first page. Description page. I changed wall artwork, made it more colorful and youthful, and spent time on a logo.
I think that's so much better because all of your examples were just a real ambiguous sort of imagery, and I was.
They were. I was looking for that kitty art that really popped out, and the Jungle Gym ballroom came in, and it really helped, and it tied in well with the app logo itself.
That's a great idea. I love the gallery channel. That's a good idea. Don't you like your new background and stuff?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, because I don't know what I was thinking. Probably the gradient I had was probably like, it's hospital blue. I was thinking scrubs for some reason, and you were really right to get away from that, you know?
It just felt dirty.
And it ended up looking dirty on bigger screens because of the brown.
Yeah.
And also in this slide, originally as I developed this whole thing was supposed to be workstation based on the floor.
Right.
But Julia's point was, well, there's still infrastructure to do something with that with a workstation, so your hospital administrators can monitor it and manage it from
right. And it could be, and it could be a web-based management thing where you can manage it from anywhere.
So we got our guy looking at the monitor this time.
Yeah.
Looking on it on the workstation. So
I don't think there need to be any dedicated stations.
Not at all. Okay. And then we go to our interfaces. I think that as I look over this the past few days, I still think my icon placement is a little weird, and possibly they could be smaller, and I could use that space. But I thought the logo was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my photo editing interface. I added a couple of more buttons.
That's great. Because you're kind of specifying this navigation is going to be.
It's going to do this. It's going to do that.
Right, but then there's some that are, it's clear, you're differentiating between what's internal in image editing and what's external and it's going to take you to other places or other features.
A couple of real small things that Julia suggested, which will come up in our careers again and again, is that global navigation has to be top left. So I moved the global top left, which was my home.
I said that?
Yes, you did in your sticky note.
At least the back navigation.
Yeah.
So I kept global navigation top left per the sticky note, and I agreed with it. And that kind of does reflect in some of our reading too about where global should go. So I did one user scenario.
That's a great, this is perfect. This gives you a great idea.
Yeah.
And then if you did a final screen of the final, what would be interesting, I don't know if you have this coming up next.
I don't. I ended it with the user scenario because I was fishing for some type of statistic to put in there, and your last sticky note was like, you could probably end this on the scenario.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just restating your purpose again.
Right. I was thinking just the last part of the scenario was to see it up on the wall in the public space.
Oh, with the user scenario picture that got made?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Or I could put the user scenario picture back on the wall at the beginning slides.
Yeah, and then it all ties together.
Yeah, it's just this gal here.
Yeah, yeah, that composite image that you made.
Yes.
Then it gives you the point of view, like, yeah.
Right.
I think that you've made some huge improvements from Friday.
I like it.
I hope it wasn't too, was it a lot of work after Friday? After you got my notes?
No, because I broke it down into the tasks that I needed to do.
Yeah. Good.
It was all task based.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
wasn't a lot of thinking so much. It was just like change this.
task-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it started to come together, and
Uh-huh.
I saw the vision of what you were saying.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's a huge improvement. With your logo, I think your logo is really cute. It just is, I wish that the wording or the name of it tied a little bit more to hands-on healing art or something that related to the art therapy aspect
therapy?
aspect of it.
Mm. Any suggestions out there?
Does that make sense? What I'm like, what about healing, hands-on healing?
Hands-on healing?
Or
Yeah, could
Just
be.
healing art, maybe. Or I don't know.
What?
I think the logo is cute and totally appropriate.
That's what I thought. I was going for children and pediatric appropriate,
Yeah.
you know.
I just wish it tied to this whole idea of the art therapy.
Oh, how can we do that in a small space?
Add a paintbrush.
No, I think the creation aspect, but the healing aspect.
Put a Band-Aid on the hand.
Yeah. Right. Oh.
I don't know. I don't have a great solution because hands-on art could be something that you're doing at a children's museum. It could be
It could be. It
a
doesn't.
Crayola app.
Yeah.
It could be, I want
Yeah.
to give it more of a feeling of what.
Oh, there is 3 words that will work. We just have to find them.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. And you know what? It's not like it's going to influence your grade all that much, but I just think down the road, if you present this to clients,
Yeah.
You've put together. I hope you guys feel good about what you've put together because I think
I like this one.
I think this would be a great
Mhm.
project to show.
This was inspired by my company as
I know.
and it remains so. So the art consultant, Dr. Sarah, who's not sourced in this, she just pointed me to the research, you know, like I'm showing this to her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which means I'm showing it to my company, which is great.
Yeah.
Because they're developing an app called I Spy Art for Nicholas Hospital that's very similar to the first parts of my proposal, except I used RFID chips and a bunch of heavy equipment and they don't. Yeah.
So think about that a little bit.
I totally departed and ended up with this, which is way better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think it's I think for a hospital to buy into this system, to get the app and all of the thing, you could sell it to them for a subscription-based thing that would be $30 a month or something that's very reasonable.
Yeah, because it's all really just software-based.
It's all software-based.
Yeah, we don't install the workstation, they do.
Right. So this could be an interesting business model.
It could be real. I mean, I do not mind handing this over to my company.
So then now.
I don't. I'm confident enough that I could walk into Dr. Sarah and say, "Here, look at this."
Yeah, it'd be
I'm going to
interesting.
do after the holiday.
I would like to see what she says about it.
Okay.
Kate, did you want to add anything?
I just thought of like maybe heal with art, but I don't know. That's just something that popped in my head.
If it ever pops in anybody's head, write it down somewhere, and I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
Zach, did you have anything you wanted to add? You want to take it to space?
You got your space stuff, Zach?
Hey,
Let's
Zach,
do it.
did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I didn't.
Do you feel like this is evolved?
Yes, much.
You're not presenting today, right?
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I need to. I'll send a message out to the group. We could do a critique over the weekend if people want to get in critiques, and I would propose that for Friday morning. But if nobody wants to do it,
That's Black Friday. You'll be shopping.
I'll be driving to Chicago, so.
yeah, I'm just going to put it out there to offer it to people if they want to do it, just because I want everybody to get their 8 critiques in. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next week.
How about the Scott Brannaman?
All right, see you later.
Bye-bye.